good morning. Welcome to another show about your house, every Saturday morning on Fox Sports Charlotte at 9 to 11 a.m. Tune in, turn on, and learn as I do every Saturday morning. Today we're going to talk about your house. We're going to talk a little bit about put tools in schools. I got Miss Tegan Statham in studio today with me from Floor Coverings International, Southeast Charlotte. Good morning, Tegan.
Good morning, Ray. Thanks so much for having us.
Well, thank you for coming in today. I appreciate it. Floor Coverings International, one of the fine supporters of Put Tools in Schools and sponsoring the show here. Just tickled to death to have them. Appreciate the support. We couldn't do it without our sponsors, and this show's brought to you in part by Put Tools in Schools. That's puttoolsinschools.org, as well as Queen City Home Store since 1952, bringing great products, great pricing to the Charlotte community. That's the Queen City Home Store. Recently turned the name around. Used to be Queen City Audio, Video, and Appliances. Well, now, as we all know, changed to Queen City Home Store. Grateful for their support, continued support on the show here. So today, let's talk floor coverings. Let's talk about Tegan. See, young lady, let's hear her story about how she got in floor coverings and beyond. And I'm going to bring you an update on Put Tools in Schools. Lot of activity going on here at the Toolbox. We are broadcasting here at the Toolbox podcast studio, located in the Toolbox here. Excuse me, my words get a little confused occasionally. But Tegan.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Good. You find us okay?
I did.
You don't get to this part of town much, do you?
No, I don't. I'm very excited to be here, and I cannot believe what you've been able to build for these kids. I'm so excited for the future.
Well, I'm glad you brought that up, because this space here, about 4,000 square feet, it's all about the kids, teaching them, connecting, actually, not teaching them, because, well, on that note, we had an event over here Saturday. We called it a work day. We had 10 kids with us, and wow, 10 kids, 4 adults. And the adults are just like the kids. They're just as excited, because most adults don't know what tools are either, nor how to operate them or what they are, and frankly, what they're for. So we're doing a lot of teaching here, a lot of connecting, raising the awareness about the opportunities in the trades. And these kids, they're amazing. All you got to do is show them.
Oh, yeah.
So all you got to do is show them.
Yep.
It was wild. Kevin, you'd have loved it. Kevin Muir-Rishton, good morning, guys. Got another guest in the gallery there, Michael McIver from Beasley Media. He's observing today, going to give his opinion on the situation. Looking forward to hearing it. But Kevin, you would have loved the kids Saturday. They were just great. One little kid named Zion trying to get a case-hard nail out of the concrete. And he kept bending it. And I just watched him for every bit of 5 minutes. I mean, 5 minutes is a long time when you're trying to get a nail out of concrete. But he kept fighting. He said, I got this. This will not win. And this kid's a middle school age.
Aww.
Junior high, as it used to be called. But I said, I tell you what, Zion, let me help you. So I went out and got the side grinder, with a metal cutting blade on it, came in there and cut the nail off. He says, can I do it? There again, all you got to do is show them. They want to play. But due to safety, I said, no, let me do this one. You just watch me and learn something. And, you cut a nail and sparks go flying. He says, oh, look at those sparks. He says, man, I like those sparks. And, this is an indicator of how much they don't know. They don't know what they don't know. And they pulled up the tack strip and the padding and the carpet and rolled it up and hauled it out of here. I backed off and just let the kids do what they could do. I had a 7-year-old too, 7-year-old
Wow.
here. That little kid, he was amazing.
That's awesome.
He just jumped right in and wanted to be a big boy,
Aww.
So it's, and every Saturday from this point forward, going into the summer, we're going to have work days over here to build and make this space all it should be, and connecting the students to students and young adults. We're going to have summer camp here this year, 4 days a week, summer camp. And that summer camp's going to be from, I think, 8 in the morning till 2 in the afternoon, 4 days a week, Monday through Thursday. And that camp is going to be from ages 16 to 24. And who knows where it's going to take us. But Folks, we got a big problem. As you know, every Saturday I give you an update on put tools in schools. A lot of you might be tired of hearing it. But I bet you won't be tired when we straighten this labor situation out. You can't find people to do anything anymore. At least that's what I hear every week. I get calls from people. Well, I've had 3 people out here. They don't seem to know what they're doing. Welcome to the club. That's just the way things are now. So we've got our work to do. And once again, the biggest challenge we have is getting industry involved to step up and support the program. So that's what it's all about. Go to puttoolsinschools.org, check us out, and we could sure use your money. Yep, we could sure use your time, donations of time. Time's the most valued commodity we all have anyway, because you can't find help. Everybody's too busy. If we take all the screens away, people have more time, because every time you look down, you find something else to do, don't you? Yep, screen time. Oh, so detrimental to our life. But hey, I'm not here to be negative, just pointing out a few facts. Let's turn our attention over to Tegan here. Where you from?
I'm originally from upstate New York.
How long you been south?
I've been south for about 10 years now.
What brought you here?
I was actually...
You said south, but you're in Charlotte. What brought you to Charlotte?
What brought me to Charlotte, I was relocated by corporate. So I was in corporate America.
Can I ask what corporate America?
I worked for Verizon Wireless.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So I was reload here. I was super excited to come down here, and I decided to leave corporate America and go back to construction.
Well, let's talk about that. You said you were in corporate America. You're not that old.
No.
Can I ask you your age?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm 37.
You're 37. Okay, pushing the big 40 here.
Yep.
That's perfect. Great age to be at, and especially in the trades and floor covering and what have you.
Yeah.
Because you'll never run out of work.
That's true.
Not in Charlotte anyway. Okay. You work for corporate America. So you're 37. You were born upstate New York.
Yep.
You grew up there, and did you go to college?
I did go to college. I went to college to be a teacher. That was not something that ended up happening.
Well, all right. So let's talk about that. So you went to college to be a teacher. Did you go all 4, all 3, all 2? What'd you do?
No,
Can you share it with me?
Yeah, I just started with the 2 years, and I recognized very early on that teaching was very different than how I had grown up. There was a lot of differences in how they were teaching students.
Right.
And I thought to myself, I don't think I can be that person.
This ain't your avenue.
It wasn't my avenue. I love kids. I love working with kids. I love seeing the excitement that they bring. But I knew that teaching was it's different now with,
Right. Well, the
computers.
issue around our education system, I won't call it teaching anymore because it's the education system. The downfall of the education system is the teachers aren't free to teach the way they feel like they should teach.
Yep.
And they're literally dictated to about methodologies and everything else. And and I'll share this, I've got a teacher working with us here at the Toolbox, and he is a principal of a school. Actually, he's got a PhD in curriculum.
Okay.
So he came in here, 32 years old, got a PhD. I was kind of blown away. I said, whoa, got a doctor at the table. And then I told him what I suspect you teach what they taught you to teach the way they taught you to teach it.
Yep.
He laughed. He literally chuckled about that. He says, you put it very good. He said, that's exactly the way it is. But anyway, he's going to help us here at the Toolbox with the curriculum connection so we can go forward with a better plan of how to address these students.
That's great.
And we're not here to teach. I don't want to fool everybody. We're not here to teach classes and all that. We're here to connect. We'll teach around connection with the tools and trades, such as tape measure reading, measuring.
Yeah, the basics are so important,
And they don't know the basics.
you'd be surprised at like you said earlier, the shortage. We've got so much of a labor shortage, and it's really shocking to see the knowledge gaps in grown adults at this point.
Well, I'm learning because when these kids come in front of me, I ask them questions, and then I test them to those questions. And sad but true, half of them can't read.
Yeah, that's
Much
scary.
less read a tape measure. That's sad news.
Yep.
But it is what it is. Let's get back to you. See, I'm so excited about the kids and what we're doing. I can't quit talking about it. It just, it's part of my life every day. I'm getting calls now. Saturday, one more thing, and then I'll get back to Tegan here. All 10 of those kids at the end of the day, they came up to me, came out before we had a little lunch. We do serve the kids lunch. Before we serve lunch, they came up out there and says, Uncle Ray, can we come back next Saturday? And I said, absolutely. So that's a unanimous 10 kids that want to come back to the toolbox and learn some more about doing stuff. And when I say doing stuff, I got lots of stuff to do. Painting, cleaning up, straightening up, understanding where things are going, organization, and teamwork building. Just general knowledge about things at hand around the space. And then as we get further into it, we're going to be building workbenches, workstations, and connecting all the dots. And I want the kids involved. Every moment, every task out there is a teaching moment, teaching opportunity. And that's what we're going to use. So there you go. PutToolsInSchools.org. And you need help too, I bet you, in floor coverings.
Okay.
Are y'all looking for help occasionally?
Currently, we're good with our solid installers, but as we continue to grow, we're always looking for quality installers. So, yeah, and we've noticed more so than anything, Ray. I think the biggest dying trade within our group or our subgroup is carpet. Carpet installers are so hard to come by nowadays. I think it's just been a dying trade, and it's so needed.
Floor covering in general, labor around it is needed. Well, I want to thank Tegan here for donating the floor for one of our rooms here at the toolbox. And it's LVP, which is luxury vinyl plank.
Yep.
It is LVP,
yes, it is.
Right?
Yep.
Luxury vinyl plank. And I'm going to get the kids this Saturday to put it down.
That's awesome.
Hopefully, if it's not this Saturday, it'll be the next Saturday. But I'm anxious to get the room finished so we can move things around here and have our conference room.
Do you want me to tell you why I picked that LVP for you, Ray?
Why is that?
So that LVP is a specific Cortec product that has a cork back lining. So for sound, it's sound silencing.
Oh, cool.
So you don't need an underlayment. The kids can just lay it down, and it will be quiet underfoot and warmer underfoot than your standard luxury vinyl plank.
Well, see, the girl, she's well-versed in the floor covering. That's good. Well, let's go back. Let's stay to you now. Let's go back in time. When you graduated from high school, you went to college to be a teacher.
Yep.
After how long did you go to college?
2 years I went for.
So you went to full 2 years, got you a little degree.
Yep. And then said I was going to go into a different arena.
And I got to throw this in here. Another stat here. 90% of everyone with a degree, this is not Ray talking, okay? This is Harvard, MIT, and the big learning institution. I think Stanford did a study too. At any rate, 90% of all the graduate degreed people out there do not use their degree in their career pathway.
I believe that.
It's a fact.
Yep.
I just asked a question, what's broke?
Right.
It ain't working. We got to do something.
Well, I think what you're doing with kids, Ray, is going to pay off dividends in the future because you're sparking that. You're igniting their passion when the time is to ignite the passion. Because in middle school, that's when kids get excited about stuff.
Oh, middle school is the age.
It is. So I think we're going to hopefully see all this work that you've done, and it's going to turn into something amazing for the trades for sure.
Well, take you. You went to school, college, to get a degree in teaching, and you get out, and you didn't want to teach. What'd you do?
I went to corporate America.
You started with the Verizon at that point?
Yep, I went into telecom.
Oh, really? You went straight into Verizon?
I went into telecom and worked my way up, and I think what I found that was missing, corporate America, it can be a tough place, right? It can just be an emotionally not a great place. So I missed the local feel of working in a small office and working with a group of individuals, and I decided to leave corporate America and do this.
You jumped right out of Verizon into this?
No, I had a couple other things in between. I
was going to say, what connected you to the floor covering industry?
So a long, long time ago, Ray, the father of my 3 children and I, he was a flooring installer. We did all the Walmarts from on the East Coast, up and down the East Coast. So I had been in construction, and then obviously when that relationship...
Where were you in construction? Can't leave that out of the equation.
Up in upstate New York.
But
so.
what age? What?
So I started that. I mean, we got together when I was 15. So from 15 to my mid-20s, we were...
So you've known your husband since you've been 15?
No, we're no longer together, but we did. We had 3 kids together.
Another stat we could talk about, but not on this show.
But I left construction thinking I will never go back to construction again because it wasn't the best experience for me.
So when you were 15, it was in the family?
Yep, it was in the family that I married into, yeah. Yep, absolutely. And I learned a lot about floor covering. I learned a lot about construction. I learned a lot about commercial construction because that's a large majority of what we did. And then I said, nope, I'm never doing that again. I'm going to go to corporate America. And then 10 years into corporate America, I said, I want to go back in construction. So that's
why did you say that? Just curious. You reflected backwards, kind of?
Yeah, I think I'll be honest with you, Ray. Do you want to know the truth?
Yeah. No, lie to me.
I took this job out of spite. I did.
Out of spite?
I did. I took this
Really?
job because I wanted to prove that the reason that we were so successful is because of my efforts. And I took this job to show that I could be successful in the flooring industry, and I did it.
So now how long have you been in the flooring industry?
Now I've been in for 8 years.
8 years?
Yep.
Do you like it?
I love it. I love what I'm doing now. Now that I'm with a group.
Love.
I love it. I absolutely love it.
When you hear, I love it. I
Yep.
love it. That's what you got to hear.
Yeah.
You know, and that's why you're here. Because very few people ever come in my studios that don't love what they do. Because that's what we go after. Love. That's right. Spread the love. But you know, the sad part is, I heard this morning on a video, a reel, that 85% of all people hate their jobs.
Oh.
That's a big number.
That's awful.
85%.
Yeah.
But you know, you see it every day. Especially when you go out and do a job and it's done halfway, and you think, well, what happened here? They just don't care.
That's so sad.
But anyway, you're at a job now with Floor Coverings that, you know, how'd you get with Floor Coverings International?
I saw a job opportunity and decided I was currently at Discovery Channel when I decided to leave. I applied and got the position, and I was able to be successful in the role and move up, and now I run a franchise. So it's been a very good...
How many Floor Coverings Internationals are there around Charlotte Metro?
There's 4. There's 4.
Can you tell me where they're at?
Yep, there's one in Lake Norman. There's one in South Charlotte, and we're Southeast Charlotte. And then there's one in a small portion of North Charlotte, but he does a lot of commercial stuff.
Gotcha.
So we're a co-op, actually. We work together and work together on branding in the Charlotte
Well, I was
area.
wondering about that because here you've got a Floor Coverings International. Y'all sponsor the show. You've supported us here, and we really appreciate it. But I was curious about, you know, you just explained it because y'all co-op together.
Yep.
And as I say in the spots that I talk about Floor Coverings International, I said, it doesn't matter where you're at.
Yeah.
So y'all can go wherever you want to go.
There are over 250 franchises across the United States. So, and they're all vetted ahead of time. So every branch that you operate within, we all operate the same. So it's a good feeling.
It's a franchise.
Yeah.
What franchises do.
It's a great feeling to know you can, in any state, if you have to relocate, you can find a Floor Coverings International that'll help you. So
Now, what's so unique about Floor Coverings International?
we bring the experience to you in your home so that you don't have to go to a showroom. That's one of our biggest factors. Seeing a piece of flooring in a showroom lighting is not going to look the same as it does in your home. And we've learned that early on. So we'll bring over 3,000 samples to your home and show you a good, better, best. And we allow people to make that decision on their own.
How do they get to you typically?
Our website, yourflooringteam.com, or they call our office number and schedule a consult. All of our consultations are free. So it's a free consultation. We'll send someone out. They'll measure, take pictures, and kind of talk through how you want to transform the space, and then we make a decision.
Well, let me ask you this. When you, I will say, qualify or talk to them, Do you ask them what rooms, what product, whatever? I'm just curious.
We usually ask them what their vision is. We start there. We start a little
Right.
bit bigger. You'd be surprised, Ray, at how many people have no idea what's
Doesn't
an
surprise
option.
me. Doesn't surprise me a bit.
Yeah,
People
no.
don't know, but then again, that's what you're for.
That's what we do. We educate people.
Sure.
We want them, whether they choose to go with us or not, we want them to know what's out there. And we talk a lot about how they live in the space. That's one thing a lot of flooring companies don't talk about. And that's important because you want that floor to last for the next 20 years. So it's, what do you do in the space? How do you live on the floor? So we can pick the right thing for each client.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
How many trips normally do you make to a house?
We'll take as many as necessary, but for the most part, most clients are ready. When they call us, they're ready to make a decision. They just need some help with figuring out what's going to be best and what fits within their budget.
Right.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So we try to make the process as easy for people as possible so that there's
Of
not,
course, that's what you do.
because you can overwhelm yourself with a flooring project. You can, by going to different showrooms, and it
Well,
can be
you can
overwhelming.
complicate, you can overthink it, so to speak.
Yeah.
You know,
Yep.
and people tend to do that sometimes. A lot of OCD people out there just get all carried away. Michael McIver's over there owning it. Owning it. You know, that's great, though, that you offer that service
Yeah.
in-house, come to you, free.
Yep. We love
Good
it.
stuff.
We love being in the spaces too, because then we're kind of able to see, not just are you telling us what's happening in the space, but we can see if you have
Well,
big
you
dogs.
you can connect it to the whole house and
Yep.
the whole lifestyle of that particular client,
Yeah.
you know.
It makes it very easy for us to give them the best product and the best solution that's going to fit for them. So,
Now, pricing.
yeah.
Are people aware of pricing these days?
No, that's another thing that a lot of clients are just completely, they may have done a flooring project 10, 12 years ago, and the pricing has completely changed. So products have changed, prices have changed. So I think most people base their idea of what a renovation is going to cost based off of a project that might have happened 10 years ago. So,
Most people I have found have no clue to what pricing is, regardless of what area you're talking about.
right. Yeah.
You know, because they have changed tremendously since COVID.
Yes.
COVID changed the whole landscape of what we do in our homes,
Yes.
period. And as far as home improvements, my goodness, has it just gone nuts, you know, since COVID. And methodologies have changed.
Yeah.
Everything else, you know, it's just changed. And back to the point of pricing, prices keep going up.
Yes.
And let me tell you a little fact. I love it. I heard yesterday, you know, we talk about screen time and information. We're inundated with information, overload information. And somebody said the other day about cost and everything, about how things go up consistently all the time. And that's a fact of life.
Yep.
It's always going up. Never comes back down, I don't think. I've never seen anything happen that way anyway.
I don't think so either.
No, they don't come back down. But people are totally out of touch with what pricing is realistically. But here's the deal. I was telling you about a reel or video I saw yesterday talking about there are electricians out here and plumbers making more than doctors. That's a fact. And you take the trades, you know, these parents out here that want their kids in college to get a degree in what? Making what? Doing what? You know, and I ask these questions, they look at me like a deer in the headlights, and the fact is, they don't know.
You're right, Ray.
They don't know.
Yep.
But yet, in the trades, and I told our group of kids Saturday, you can go out in one day and make, Kevin, we can go out in one day and make great money, can't we? Great money. Working with our hands and our minds, critical thinking, and when I tell people what we made, they say, what? You made that much? Yeah. But the thing is,
I'm happy afterwards.
what's that?
I'm happy after it's done.
Yeah, they're happy and glad to pay you. They really are tickled to death. And the fact is, if you've got a child and you want a great career pathway, put a welder in his hand or her hand. Women make better welders than men. But that career pathway is there. So your labor factors for installers, they're getting a nice paycheck.
They do.
And they work their
deserve
butt
it.
off, too.
Absolutely. Yep.
It's brutal on the body. Floor coverings, probably brick masons and floor coverings installers, probably the most labor-intensive jobs. Pretty much two of the most labor-intensive jobs there are. I'm talking about to your body.
Yeah.
So they deserve it. They work hard for their money. Talking about carpet layers. When I was coming up through high school, I had, 7, 8 friends of mine that laid carpet.
Yep.
There were carpet layers everywhere.
Yes.
Everywhere. But you say they're not so popular anymore.
No.
It's like laminate. You know what laminate is, right?
Yes.
Plastic laminate?
Yep.
Formica. Everybody knows what Formica is. Michael, you know what Formica is? See, everybody knows what that is. That's a generic. They made that a generic name for plastic laminate. But plastic laminate, a lot of people in this era don't know what that is because they got granite. They got rock.
Yep.
Back before Corian, remember Corian? Mm-hmm. Corian and Fountainhead and all those first synthetic composite made products for countertops. Well, they're gone by the byway now.
Yeah.
It's over, and most people don't know what laminate is. But laminate, you can't find laminate techs now.
Oh, I bet. Yeah.
And the only place it's used basically is commercial.
Yes.
People very rarely use laminate countertops anymore.
No. And it's like that with every industry. Every industry has things that just completely fall off the face of the planet. And
I used to do laminate work. Matter of fact, the countertop out there on one of my works counters here at the toolbox, it's laminate, and I did that some 25 years ago.
is it still in good shape?
Yeah.
See? Laminate floors are like that too.
Laminate is a great product.
Yes.
It truly is.
Absolutely. It's very durable.
Very durable.
Yep.
And it lasts a long time.
Yes, it does. And it's really funny how people are so averse to it. You'd be surprised. We put it in a lot of high-end new construction homes. And
Do y'all tap on laminate at all?
oh, yeah.
You do? Really?
Yes,
Floor
yes.
Coverings International.
Yes, a lot of our flooring is a large majority of the flooring that we're putting in a lot of the multi-million-dollar homes is laminate flooring. It's a wood look product.
So
Yeah.
it's kind of displaced LVP.
Yeah.
Really?
Both, yeah, they're neck and neck.
That's interesting because laminate came on the market. I didn't like the stuff. Pergo.
Yes.
And I'm going to just spit it out. It was Pergo.
Yep.
That hit the market hard and heavy with marketing and, introducing a new floor covering product to the industry. I didn't like it at all. And you know why, don't you?
Yeah, they used to be terrible.
It was hideous.
It was awful.
Water hit it. Oh, my gosh.
Like a sponge.
Thomas Street Station. It's a bar over in Plaza Midwood, right off Central Avenue on Thomas Avenue. If you want to know what early laminate flooring does, go there. Look down. You see a primo example of what laminate flooring is with age on it.
It's the Thomas Street Tavern?
Thomas Street Tavern. That's right. Now, they may have replaced it. I hadn't been there in a few years.
I've been there the past 6 months. It still looks like crap.
Well, there you go, right there. I'm telling you, but there's your prime example of what laminate floor used to be like.
Right.
So I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know laminate came back.
It did.
And it's displacing LVP.
Yep, it sure
That's
is.
hard to believe.
I know. I honestly, when we walk into a home and someone has two Great Danes, I lean towards representing the laminate option because of its durability.
Wow.
Yeah, it's changed so much in such a short period of time.
Well, pricing, how's it priced LVP?
Right now it's pretty much neck and neck.
Really?
We don't offer any products that we wouldn't put in our own home. So we test them ahead of time. So we're not putting anything in your home that's not going to withstand dog scratches and things of that nature.
Two Great Danes.
Yep.
There's some dog scratches.
Yeah.
Big time, So, well, that's interesting. So laminate's taken over the market again. Not taking over, but it's highly competitive in the floor covering market now.
Yeah, it's softer underfoot. It's warmer underfoot.
Why is that? Because of the substrate?
Yeah, and because it's made out of wood, so it's softer, it's warmer.
What about moisture?
Moisture, it's fine from the top down, but realistically, when LVP was launched, everybody said, "Oh, it's waterproof." It's not. It's not. No floor is waterproof. If a floor floods from the bottom up, you're gonna have to replace it. It's just kind
all of it.
Yeah, most of it. I mean, yeah, if it gets
I got
wet
a
over
real good
extended
friend of
periods
mine just
time.
had her bedroom flooded
Yep.
and had to replace all the flooring,
Yeah.
and it was LVP.
Yeah. Unfortunately, even though LVP is made of PVC, it still can warp that PVC. So either way, if you have a major flood, you'll have
It
to
won't
replace.
disintegrate like the original laminate did.
No, it won't do that. No, but it definitely won't go back together the way it was originally supposed to. So
I hear you.
yeah, it just depends. And like I said, when we talk
What kind
to
of
people,
warranties they give on laminate? Or,
so I will just put a plug in for Mohawk because Mohawk has a product called Revwood.
Redwood?
Revwood.
Rev.
Yes,
wood.
REV, Revwood. And that is one of the lines that's the only line that we offer. And it is absolutely amazing because they have a waterproof for up to, I think it's 72 hours on the surface. It's got a uniclick locking system. So you can, with certain thicknesses, you can use wheelchairs and walkers, which is crazy on a floating floor.
Right.
And on top of that, it's got an all pet warranty, which means if your pet has an accident and you clean it up and it causes bubbling, they'll come and replace your floor, which is crazy.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So to have that kind of a warranty for that product just speaks for itself.
How many manufacturers do y'all deal with laminate, if I might ask?
We will only install Mohawk.
Okay.
Yeah. That's because we stand behind their product. We know what it
Well, you
does.
support them.
Yeah.
They support you, and that's the name
Yeah,
of the game.
absolutely.
Find products that stand up
Yeah.
and meet the demand.
Yeah. Their products are impressive and we've seen them in action.
So what you're telling me, if I'm correct on this, is you go out, you sell more laminate today than you're selling LVP.
Yeah, we are. Yep.
That's amazing.
It is. Things have changed for sure.
They sure have.
Yeah.
Now, when you go out to visit, what's the number one most popular floor in the Charlotte metro area? Wow, you got to think about it.
I do.
Because used to it was a real quick answer.
No. I'll be real with you, Ray. A lot of people are focusing on hardwood.
Well, that's the number one floor in the Charlotte metro area
Yeah.
that has been in the past is hardwood, regardless whether it's engineered, sanded,
Yep.
pre-stained, whatever.
People love hardwood. That's been a big push. For a while there, a lot of clients were doing, laminate LVP, but as kids and their families tend to grow, they'll go back towards hardwood. It's a great product. And when you don't have a bunch of kids running around your house or pets that will damage that hardwood, that's
Right.
the time to put it in. So, yeah, we see that quite a bit.
Are you putting in any 3/4 inch sanded?
Yeah, we do sand and finish. So we'll do additions. We'll put brand new hardwoods in. It just depends. Most of the time when we see a client, if they're interested in traditional hardwood, it's because they've already experienced it. So, yeah, it's in.
Well, there is a lot of hardwood floors in Charlotte.
Yes, beautiful hardwoods.
Now, on the laminates and the LVPs, wood look seems to be very popular.
Absolutely.
Too. If you're not getting the real wood, you typically get a simulation of wood.
Yes, absolutely. So that's our step down. So, if your client is looking for a wood but can't necessarily afford it or fit it into the budget, then we look at a laminate option that looks near close to it.
Right.
And we do offer financing too. So we do have those clients that say, you know what, because you offer financing, we're going to go and do the wood option,
Right.
So we try to make it easy for
Gotcha.
clients. Yeah.
Bathrooms.
Tile or LVT, luxury vinyl tile. That's in now.
Now, what's LVT?
It's just like LVP, but it's a tile look. So most of them are like 12 by 24. It's a tile look, and it's just an LVP product, so it's still that PVC.
So it's the interlocking
yeah.
LVP product.
So easy to use. No grout to clean. People love.
Oh yeah,
that.
I love LVP. I mean, I think it when one of your past Well, the owner of Southeast Charlotte used to be Barbara Leininger.
Yep.
And she, fantastic lady. She moved out west, I think. But she brought that to the show like right after it hit the market.
Oh, yeah.
Blew me away. I just couldn't believe the quality after Laminate and to see LVP, it was like, whoa, we got something here. Yeah, it's good stuff.
Yeah.
So awesome. Yeah. Awesome. But Laminate's taking over. I got to check that out.
Yeah.
Now, with LVT, does Laminate offer a product for bathrooms?
They do. I tend to steer clear in those spaces because they are wet spaces.
Kitchen too?
Kitchen too, yeah. I mean, it just depends. Our laminate products in a kitchen is totally different than a bathroom. You know, when you think about a bathroom, you're thinking about, a
lot of water.
3-year-old taking a tub, you're definitely going to get water all over the floor. So that's where I tend to lead towards more water-resistant options for sure.
I got you.
Yeah.
But LVT all of it comes in different sizes now.
Yes.
Not all of it's plank.
No, not all of it's plank. Some of it's tile look. You could get 24 by 24 or 12 by 24. It's wide open. I mean, there's all different styles and looks now.
That's why you need to call Floor Coverings International, Southeast Charlotte. Yourflooringteam.com. That's yourflooringteam.com, which I can't get that up on my computer, by the way.
I'll get it. I'll check on it.
No, it says that it might be shady or something.
Oh, it's probably linking us to the other page.
Yep, it is.
That's what it is, yep.
Because I've been trying for months now to get you, like the logo on the monitor here.
Yep.
I can't pull up the website.
I'll get it up for you. I'll figure
Well, thank you. We'll fix that. We'll
Yeah.
fix that. If that's the worst problem we have today, we got it made. So, now how many trucks you got?
Let's see.
How many vans, excuse me?
Well, we've got 5 vans. So we've got 5 vans, and that doesn't include our install teams. So,
Of course.
yep. So five vans out and around Charlotte doing
So you
measurements.
got 5 sales.
We have a total of 3 sales, marketing, and another van because we have a production manager.
Gotcha.
So he
I hear you.
oversees everything. So
He schedules and makes it all happen.
he does. He's amazing at what he does.
Right.
Yep.
Have you ever tried to hire somebody? I got to ask this question. Just got to. They can't read a tape measure.
Oh, I don't think they would get past. No, I don't know. Not me.
Well, that's okay. I mean,
not in this. Not in this. Yeah.
Well, I get this question when I go off on my little tangent, crazy man thing, about tape measure reading. People say, why do you think it's so important to read a tape measure? Why do you think, Kevin? I mean, gee whiz. It's crazy.
It's a big difference.
Man, to know how to measure.
Really.
And, everybody I ask when I'm with a group, 90% of them can't read a tape measure. That's why I brought up the question.
That's really sad.
But that's what we're dealing with in our
Yep.
educational system.
Yep.
Is tape measure reading is essential. But with today's technology, do you have a laser measure?
I do. Yep. We use those as well. We do. We use a laser measure.
I bet you use it more than the tape measure.
We do. We do. Just because in our industry, using the old tape can nick walls and stuff like that. So
I know. I
Yeah.
know. Matter of fact, Saturday, and I'll say this, we worked with the kids on laying out. I had an architect over here working with the kids. Oh, yeah.
That's awesome.
Saturday, the architect was over here measuring the space out there in the workspace so we could lay it out.
Okay.
We could do a thorough, exact layout.
Oh.
And the kids really, they were playing too, and we had a long 100-foot tape measure.
Yep.
And we had to get clear spaces to measure. Well, with a laser, you don't need to do that.
No.
Are they pretty neat? I've never owned a laser technology piece of tool. Never. Now, in today's world, that's in carpentry and cabinet setting and all, that's unheard of. You got to have a laser level. And they're great. I've seen them used. Matter of fact, I used one time, someone else's, and they're fantastic.
They're great.
Love. Great technology. And the one thing that I show an example of in my teachings, you might say, is I'm not up to date. meaning I don't have all the new Milwaukee or DeWalt toolboxes and everything's not in its place, and I don't have all new tools. All my tools are old and in a big old bag. And I do that for a teaching reason. Because when I put it up there, I said, now what you're seeing here is the way you should not do it. This is wrong. Why? Because it takes too darn long to look in that bag and find what you're looking for. Organization is key. And I'm not the most organized person now, but I don't do it every day. I did at one time have a box fan. That thing was immaculate.
Oh, I love that.
It was immaculate. Well, we were a full-service design, build, remodeling firm.
Yeah.
We had everything plumbing, everything electrical, everything carpentry, all the knickknacks, the shortcuts, all the little old idiosyncrasies you could ask for were on that van.
That's amazing.
Tools, blades, bits, everything was on that van, and it was neat until my brother started driving it. But hey, that's the difference between me and Dale. You know, we're just two different people. I was kind of OCD on my truck. He was anything but. At the end of the day, he opened the back door. Everything went in. No particular place. It just went in, and the door come down and locked. And that's the way he handled his tools. Well, wrong. But you know, everybody's got their way of doing business. He has the Terry methodology because my father was the same way. My father was an electrician. And his truck, oh my gosh, it was a disaster. But he knew where everything was. He could tell you in that pile of stuff where what he wanted was. But he was the only one. But he was a good teacher, see. He taught me the way I did not want to work.
Yeah.
See, it works both ways.
That's awesome.
This is the way you shouldn't do it. This is the way you should do it. You know, show them both ways. But it's like a tool belt. You know, your installers, they got probably tool pouches on.
Yep.
Carry all your razor knives, your measuring, your chalk line, all that stuff.
Yep.
Right?
Absolutely.
That's the way you should do it. Not a bag that you got to run to every time you need a tool. That don't make sense. But hey, live and learn. I know how we should do it. It's just a matter of doing it. I got to take a minute and talk about my sponsors, at least a couple of them anyway. Couldn't do the show without the support of our sponsors, and speaking of one, which is ABS Insulating. ABS Insulating, your go-to insulation company. If you're looking to create a better, comfortable life in your home, call ABS Insulating and ask them what they could offer you to update their insulation. Air sealing. They got an air sealing program that's incredible. Now, you probably say, what's air sealing? You got a lot of holes in your house. If you've got a house built before 2000, you got a leaky house. And codes changed around 2000. Houses start getting tighter, more energy efficient. And as a result, you get greater comfort. Well, ABS Insulating is a company you could call to get out there and do thermography, thermal imaging, to find out where the weak spots are in your house, and it shows up. More technology. So that's ABS Insulating. And when it comes to the worst enemy of your house, you're talking water. Are your gutters performing correctly? If they're not, then again, how would you know if you don't get out and look at them? You know, after a heavy-duty rain, get out and take a look at your downspouts. Make sure you got water coming out. And if you don't, you got clogged gutters. Call ABS Insulating. They've got a special division. Come out to your house and take care of whatever gutter situations you got. So that's ABS Insulating. Give them a call. That's absinsulating.com. Can't do it without Rhino Lift Foundation Repair. Rhino Lift Foundation Solutions. That's right. Two college graduates got together, knew there was a lot of overselling going on in the foundation repair business, so they bumped their heads together, came up with the Rhino Live Foundation Solutions. They're very transparent. They don't come out to your house and scare you to death, like your house is going to fall down tomorrow. They come out there to educate you and tell you what's wrong, give you solutions, and you make the decision on what needs to be done and what you're willing to pay for and get done. But they'll definitely tell you what's wrong. Licensed general contractor both in North and South Carolina. From the mountains to the coast, they'll take care of you. That's Rhino Lift Foundation Solutions. Google them. tell you all you need to know, just like Floor Coverings International, Southeast Charlotte. Google them if that website doesn't come up. All the information's there. That's Rhino Lift Foundation Solutions. Give them a call. Today, we're talking to Tegan Statham of Floor Coverings International, Southeast Charlotte, bringing us up to date. I've learned a great deal today. I hope you have, if you're listening. And we're just getting started. So tune in here. We're going to go plow this garden to the top of the hour, and then we'll take a little break, come back for hour number 2 on About Your House. Fox Sports Charlotte, 9 to 11 a.m. every Saturday. Download the free app and stream it live anywhere. Download it every week. These podcasts made live every Tuesday at noon. That's podcast live at noon, About Your House. Tune in. We're on YouTube Live, Facebook Live, Spotify. What else? Apple. What else are we on now? We're on a lot of stuff. Richton, what are we on? Did I cover it?
Yeah, you got pretty much all of them.
Apple, Spotify.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Those
got
are
it.
the main ones.
You got it. Okay, there you go. So, hey, we're out there. Give us a listen. See what you think. So, Tegan's in here, Floor Coverings International, Southeast Charlotte, and they'll go anywhere. Doesn't matter where you're at. That Southeast Charlotte's just the name of their franchise branch, right?
Yep. We're greater
Do y'all
Charlotte
ever
area.
switch off with other franchises?
We do occasionally. Yep, we will. So it just depends on the way we do the marketing. So if it's something where we need to pass it to another one, we certainly will. But for the most part, we service the greater Charlotte area.
Right.
Yep, absolutely.
5, y'all, have you got plenty of work?
Oh my gosh, yes. Yep, we've been very busy. We're blessed.
What kind of lead time that should you expect if you're looking for a new floor?
I would say it's important to plan about a month ahead. And it's not just for the material, because material is usually about 2 to 3 weeks, but it's also just prepping your space and getting ready. I think most consumers don't know what to expect when it comes to a flooring project. So it's really about getting ready. And most of the time, you've got a lot to move ahead of time.
Before you attempt any major home remodeling project, and I would consider floor covering pretty major because you got to move all the furniture out of the room.
Yes, you do. Yep.
You got to move all the stuff out, and sometimes that's pretty
Job.
big job.
Yep.
So you need to plan, and always, as we've talked about many times on this program, planning is absolutely essential. I mean, I couldn't say it enough how important planning is, because actually before you do a job, any job, whether it's a bathroom remodel, kitchen remodel, a bedroom painting job, whatever, and by the way, when you do your floor, you might want to paint that room at the same time. What an opportune time to paint a room.
Yes, absolutely.
Now, right now, I'll give you a great example. I've got an empty room in there in the podcast. in the toolbox here. We've got an empty room. Tegan brought me my floor covering sample today. We got a floor covering for it, but we're going to paint it. And what a better time to paint than when the room's empty. So that might be a consideration.
Oh, yeah. We always tell our clients, get the painting done ahead of time. That way, the floor's the last thing that has to go in.
Yep, clean the room, and if you got carpet, leave the carpet down, paint the room, then take the carpet up.
That's right.
You don't need a drop cloth. Yeah, I thought about that the other day, too. Should I leave it down or should I take it up? I said, we're going to take it up because I got 10 kids to take care of.
That's smart. Yep.
And I got to get things done. And Cove Base.
Yes.
Did I say that right?
Yes, Cove Base.
What is Cove Base?
Cove Base is a commercial application for baseboard. So if you're
It's vinyl.
Yep, it's a vinyl.
Rubbery.
Yep, it's like a rubber.
Yep, we peeled it off. That's what I called it. I
Yep.
said, if my memory serves me correctly, this is called Cove Base.
Yes.
And see, I verified it.
Yeah, you're right. Absolutely.
Well, I've been around a while. Yeah, been doing this 56 years now.
That's amazing. What got you started, Ray?
You want to hear that story?
I do. I'm
Okay.
curious.
I was a kid that loved tools. My father was an electrician, and my father was a jack of all tradesmen as well. We never hired anybody to fix anything at home. My father did it.
Oh.
My father or grandfather or somebody in the family. Well, I mean, it was just like waking up in the morning to me. That was my life. My father, when the car broke, he fixed it. When we needed a new roof, we got new roofing and we put the roof on. When I was probably 10 years old, we put a new roof on the house, and I was up there putting shingles down in place and doing it at 10 years old.
Wow.
Built my first tree house when I was 11. That tree house was outside my aunt and uncle's house because they had the perfect tree for one. That tree house had 3 rooms. Wow. Literally 3 rooms. Each room, people won't believe, they had a light switch in it.
Oh, my God.
Told you my father was an electrician. And I was this kid that was like a sponge. Whatever it was, I was going to figure it out. For example, my uncle's lawnmower. One day I took a hanker and I says, I've never torn a lawnmower apart before. So I took it apart. I mean, down to the pistons.
Oh, my goodness.
The piston. There was only one. And I put it back together, and it cranked on the second pull. I mean, that's the kind of kid I was. Now, how did I get in construction? My first inclination when I was 16, I worked at a service station down in the Newell community, university area. And I love automobiles. I love mechanical. I love racing. I like messing with race cars. Matter of fact, when I got off work, when I was 16, I went to a race shop, a dirt track racer that was up in the neighborhood, and I went and played with him and worked on the race cars.
Wow.
And not that I had an ambition or a career drive to say, I'm going to be in racing. Never said that. It was just something else for me to do that held my interest, and I enjoyed it. It was fun. You're learning all the time, and you get to hear loud noise and watch race cars. I mean, in Charlotte, especially, with racing being what it is.
Oh, yeah.
Well, but I was dating a girl in the Newell community at the time, my high school sweetheart, and we broke up. And I had to get out of Dodge, so I quit my job to get away from her because, see, where at that service station I worked at, we took care of her cars, her family's cars. And that was real stupid as I look back on it, but hey, we're kids. What do we know? Anyway, so I quit my job. Well, I was unemployed. So I went the next day. I had a mentor, you might say, in my cousin, and he just had graduated from the University of Florida as an architect. Oh. And he went to work for A.G. O'Dell, big architectural firm here in Charlotte, responsible for a lot of high rises and various things. And I was just over there visiting. And a friend of his that had just graduated also was a civil engineer, and he worked for Irvin Construction, which Irvin Construction was responsible after post-World War II for, oh, man, I couldn't tell you how many subdivisions and how many commercial buildings. Irvin was responsible for building Independence Boulevard back in the day.
Wow.
I mean, literally, big construction firm, and mostly residential. And but he came in and he asked me, he says, Ray, I was 18 at the time. And he says, what do you do? I says, well, right now I'm unemployed. He says, really? Would you be interested in a job? I said, sure, what you got? He says, well, have you ever built anything? I said, sure, I built a tree house. He had told him about my tree house. He says, well, can you build some steps? I says, sure, I can build anything. Me, a cocky little 18-year-old, yeah, I can build anything. Well, he says, we're building we've just started breaking ground on a new apartment project over in South Charlotte, Treetop and Kings Creek apartment, and it was at the intersection of Nations Ford Road and I-77. And I said, sure. He said, well, come over tomorrow and meet the superintendent and check it out and see what we can do. So I went and met Clayton Stokes. God bless him. I love that man. Clayton Stokes became my teacher of teachers in the construction industry. He knew my father. He had worked with my father. He knew where I came from, in other words. And they hired me that day. And he says, can you build a set of steps for the construction trailer? I said, sure. So I said, I knew I had to have a framing square to build steps. I knew that. And I didn't have a framing square. So that afternoon, when I left that job, I went to Little Hardware and bought a framing square. It was a Stanley framing square. And on that framing square blade, one of the blades, it has a little book that explains how that framing square, what it can do, all that it can do, and how to do it. So I bought the framing square. I went back to work I went to work the next day.
Wow.
They hired me that day and told me come next morning, start to work. So I went, and he says, Clayton told me, he says, go out there and tell me what you need for the steps. You know, so I went out there. I never estimated any lumber or anything, especially when it comes to steps, but I told him what I thought I needed. He checked it, and he said, you're spot on. That'll take care of it. So we went in his pickup, got the materials, brought it back, and I built the steps.
Oh.
Those steps lasted that whole project. They worked out great. He was happy. I put 3 stringers, you know, and it worked. That was my first day in construction. And due to my education at Garinger High School in drafting, I could read blueprints, I could do takeoffs, I could do the math, I could do the estimating, I could do all of that because I was a pretty bright kid. And I liked it. I mean, after all, everything on paper is the same as what you're building.
Yep.
So that was my start to construction, and I hadn't looked back.
That's awesome.
I will say that I worked my way up from 18 years old to 22 years old superintendent.
Wow.
I was the last superintendent when American Cyanamid Chemical Company bought Irvin Company. Yep. How'd that work? Not too good. They went belly up when I was 22, and I was the last superintendent to get laid off of the company. I mean, they had a lot of superintendents at one time. And the reason I'm not bragging, but I'm proud of it. The reason I was so good because I asked the question, look, I'm 22 years old and all these other people, they gone by the byway. Why me? Because you know you're a great resource. You're a great problem solver. You figure things out. And I finished up 5 different projects for Irvin as they went out of business.
Wow.
I finished them. And I learned more about construction working for Irvin than I've learned since about just general problems. And I've shared this story before. Clayton told me the first day, he says, son, I'm going to teach you something that you need to carry with you the rest of your life. The most important thing you're going to learn about construction. Your number one enemy, what is it? What is it? In construction, in your house, what's your number one enemy? Because we just talked about it. We talked about it in the bathroom.
Oh.
Water.
Water. Yes, you're right. You're right.
Water.
Water is.
And he says, so see what we're doing here? We're grading this land. We're controlling the rain as it hits the ground. It's got to flow this way, got to flow that way. You got to control the water.
Yes.
He says, water is the most important thing you need to be aware of. I've never forgotten that. When I pull up in the driveway to a job, even today, tomorrow, if I go look at a house, before I get out of the car, I'm looking where'd the water go. Because they're so, in your business, with crawl spaces being what they are, you see water damage, don't you?
Yes, we do.
You really do.
A lot.
A lot.
Yes.
Charlotte's full of water damage, and you can tell by walking in, especially with hardwoods.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Glares at you, doesn't it?
They'll cup right up. Yep. Absolutely.
And before we even have a conversation sometime about why am I in the house, I said, you know you got water problems in your crawl space, don't you? How you know that? You just come in my front door. I can see it. And then I educate them.
Yep.
And there's this one house I went to for a client. Look, I was a consultant, and I was looking at her house. It had big bowed floors in it. I mean, humped. I says, don't walk, run from this house. She says, why? And the realtor was standing there. I says, there's water in the crawl space. He says, how you know that? I said, go look. Open the crawl space door. It was full of water. Full of water. But we're going to take a break here. We're going to take a top of the hour break. You're listening to About Your House on Fox Sports Charlotte. Tune in every Saturday, 9 to 11. This Saturday's no different. And what we're going to do is take a break here. We'll be back with hour number 2. Tegan Statham's in the house talking Floor Coverings International, Southeast Charlotte. And we're going to talk more about floors like the water deal. How would you know? You don't know what you don't know till you know it, right? We're going to talk about water, great floor coverings, and much more. More updates about Put Tools in Schools. So tune in next hour. We'll be back to give you more about your house.